if you know exactly who your ideal customer is, and then if you know exactly the value that you bring to the project and you communicate that up front, it kind of gets into our next point. The customer won't be able to compare apples to oranges. You need to define what an apple is, and you need to define what an orange is. And if you're the apple and this is exactly how you operate and why you are different than the oranges out there, that if you do that from the very beginning and you're going through that qualification process and they're still trying to compare you to an orange, red flag. If they say, well, we did this other project and they did it this way, or that's not how my friend's contractor worked, get out.
I have an answer I've used before on here, but it's one I really like. They come at you and go, well, we got another bid and they're 20% lower than yours. I have had innumerable clients over time try to explain that to a customer. One of them even said, well, their costs are probably lower. Well, you know what? The customer doesn't care. Here's the answer. I have no idea what that guy's doing. Don't know his business practices, don't know what he's doing, don't know anything about it. This is what I have to charge to take care of you. And you don't,
Yep.
That goes back to I think I said at the beginning, is the price is for us as contractors.
Yeah.
The project is for them. They need to determine whether or not that project is what they want, correctly described, and whether they're willing to pay our price. We don't even tell them how stupid they are if they don't want, for wanting what they want. We give them what they want, and are we willing to do that for the price? The price really is none of their business, and what they want actually is none of your business. Why they want it, it's your business if you have to provide it, right? But that's a real important thing, recognizing mutual respect right off and recognizing the boundaries between the price and the project.
Yeah.
And no explaining to be done. That's our prize.
Yeah. I think along with that, we have down here, making decisions beyond their intelligence. What's the saying that we got that from?
Well, out in the oil fields, a lot of guys the roughnecks who are on the rigs, pretty salty guys. I mean, they're doing some sophisticated stuff.
Yeah.
And then the engineers come out. And actually, engineers are pretty cool guys too. But one thing the roughnecks I've heard him say about an engineer who drives him crazy is that he's been educated far beyond his intelligence. And I just love that. Now, they're acting far beyond in our case, we're talking about customers that are making decisions beyond their intelligence. But the decisions.
If they're so smart, why don't they do it themselves?
Well, and one thing is, well, I don't understand why. Well, the answer I want to give people is, you're right. You don't understand. I do. You want the project or you don't want? I mean, this all within reasonable requests. People can ask questions. How's that work? But when it's just pounding you, you don't have time for it.
Yeah, I think just looking to get more involved than they need to be is a general thing here, but making decisions that really should be left to you and trying to get involved where they shouldn't, just micromanaging in general is a huge red flag. The other thing I wanted to bring up is a lack of understanding of the effort behind the ask. When they're asking things of you that are unrealistic, but also that are just not possible, or you're doing something, you're providing a service, you're talking about your process, for example, or when you're delivering that service and they don't understand how much actually goes into it. I'm trying to think of a really good example here, but
Well, I'll give you one that's kind of specific, but kind of not. And it's the word can't you just. Do you get that? Can't you just?
What does that mean?
That means the guy walks outside and said, well, I need to water the other side of the driveway. Can't you just run a pipe over there?
That's a good example.
Yeah. And software guys do it all the time. I had a software guy. He's always going, everybody says, can't you just? Well, by God, no, I can't. Or yes, I can, but it's not just can't you just, because you don't understand what's behind the ask.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't home. Can you come by in an hour?
Yeah, can't you just? Yeah.
No, I've got my next appointment. Yeah, can't you just do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, not understanding the effort behind the ask, not being respectful of what you do as a business. Lastly, this one's fun, and we're gonna have some great examples of this. But the option assassins is what we called it, and basically, when you're going through the bid process or the quote process, they want to see every single option available. And so for you to price this project, it literally takes you 2 days because you've got to look through 5 different options of flooring or 5 different options of fixtures. And you're just going through so many different iterations. And then
And
after you send it to them, what do they want? More options.
well, and they want combinations,
Yeah.
right? So it's not just, well, I like the black one and the blue one, but how about if I had the black one and the red one and the red one and the blue one? Well, that's 2 things, but it's 4 options, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you have 5 things and you're doing them all, but to take it for in order, there are 120 different ways to mix 5 things. That's the math. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. It quickly gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Well, we've
Oh.
gone through these 11 red flags, if you will. I'll recap them really fast.
Hey, here's one
Oh, go ahead.
more.
We'll get number
How
12.
about you just don't freaking like them? Maybe you can't identify
Trust your
every
gut.
one of those things, but yeah, they're just somebody that just rubs you the wrong way. You can tell maybe it wasn't exactly one of the 11 we got. Maybe it's another one we skipped, but you're just going, I would dread coming over here every day.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm not going to do it. Now, you can't be
Yeah.
frivolous with that. You got to be a big boy or a big girl. But if it's pretty obvious, just say, I don't need to do
I'll
it.
pass.
Right.
Yeah. The litmus test.